Hello everyone, welcome to a new Marvel Snap Zone Premium Coaching. Reminder, anyone can join us by simply being a Marvel Snap Zone Premium member. And today we're going to discuss the metagame after the OTA, or rather, the fact that it's not really going towards anything specific. So, the tier list released yesterday compared to the coaching, which was Saturday evening for me. And the thing is, so far, it kind of looks like every time after an OTA. Meaning, we have a lot of proactive decks. So we have Phoenix Force, which did really well. We have Mr. Negative, which did really well. This card is doing extremely well right now, and it got a lot of support, and it's definitely a proactive synergy. Ongoing Tribunal is probably the most proactive deck of them all. And Corvus Ramp as well, which actually I was expecting to see higher on the list, but it's still in there. Joining them are the archetypes that everyone knows about, because those are comfort for a lot of people. So we have Inchinot, we have Destroy, we have two good cards, we have Low-Key, and we have Lockdown. And the only surprise is actually the number 1 ranked, which is Thanos Control. And that's one of the decks that we need to discuss today. Because personally, I've tried it, and I definitely don't think it deserves its spot at number 1. I had a really, really bad experience playing it.
Yeah, agreed.
So this led me to ask 2 questions, and this is kind of what I wanted to discuss today. Question number 1, is it that the metagame is very, very in movement right now, so the good decks are changing constantly, and so Thanos Control was really good when I wrote the report. I tried it a couple of days after. It's not that good anymore because the metagame is different, or is it because comfort is the most important thing? We have discussed that plenty during the months of January, and the fact that when there isn't really a dominant deck, because although Thanos Control is number 1, all the decks in tier 1 I think have less than 0.03 cube average, like in between all of them. Good Cards Black Knight was really, really close to being in tier 1 as well. So the things that we can probably be sure of is that this card is really good right now, which is kind of normal. It didn't get nerfed, it got a lot of support, and that the decks that we knew have been good for the past 6 months and were not nerfed are still good, which is Loki, which is the good cards that were not nerfed. Destroy is still decent, the ongoing synergy, Lockdown, and such. But
it's interesting that you guys had negative experiences with Thanos Control, because when you posted it in Discord, I grabbed onto it right away and I just was tearing it up with that deck, having a good time. And then yesterday I tried playing a couple matches with it, and I was taken out by Hela almost every time. So I think it's interesting. Maybe the meta did shift again.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to discuss today, is whether we're just a very small group of players and we don't represent the metagame. Maybe we just had bad experiences because we had bad experiences, or like personally I hadn't played Thanos Control in a very long time, so maybe I just played it the wrong way. But the other thing is, it feels like right now, if we look at the metagame and there isn't really a dominant deck, are we in a comfort-based metagame where we can play a little of whatever we want as long as we're good at it? Which could be a possibility, because I mean, Phoenix Force, Mr. Negative, Thanos, Discard, Destroy, Ongoing. I mean, there's a little bit of everything. There's like a couple of combo decks, couple of control decks with control and Lockdown. There's like mid-range decks. There's not really a style that works better. The only thing that we can be sure of is Discard is in a really good place.
Yeah. And I think some of these decks are rising, like Phoenix Force, in part just because people are a little bit uncertain about
what the meta will be right now, and they're not used to countering certain kinds of decks. Like, I've been having fun with Phoenix Force, and I think it's partly just because people forgot how to play against it.
That's another possibility. It's the fact that most of the decks that were nerfed were extremely popular before the OTA.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe we're back to learning decks again. And we're not maybe we're not used to it. Maybe we're not we're a little bit too confident in our approach of how we're learning a deck. So maybe we need to go back to the basics. And that's kind of what I want to do today.
Yeah. And I was going to say, maybe there's also an advantage when everybody's uncertain to double down on the uncertainty and make them even more confused about what to play and how. Hence, an old deck.
I would go to something even more specific, is that maybe the nerf to lockdown was such a big nerf that it was really holding back lockdown.
That it wasn't nerfed.
You mean lockjaw?
No, lockdown was nerfed a little while when they dropped the Professor X value, right?
Oh, okay. We're talking about December. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe the nerf to lockdown, which was really a strong, suppressor of like Hela, and some of the decks that really required, open, room, because it's hard, Hela, Destroy, Mr. Negative, they all can jump lanes, even if if they're storm lanes or something like that, fine. But if they're Prof-X'd, then they really can't do what they're trying to do. So maybe that nerf has really allowed a lot of these other decks, as they were given new tools, to really flourish more than we were expecting.
True. That's possible. Maybe we're only now seeing the aftermath of some nerfs that we didn't account for at the time because it was so simple to figure out the best decks back then. And now we're kind of in a middle ground where we know what's good, but we don't really know what's great. And so some cards that we have considered good for a very long time, actually we haven't played them because they were never part of the very best. They were always in that second group, and we never touched that second group because we're meta slaves. And now we have to discover them again, and not only we haven't played with those cards in 3 months, we also don't really know their real power, because as we discussed plenty, a card has a raw power, and I'm pretty sure we can assess that just looking at it most of the time. There's also relative power, and when you haven't played the card in a month, you have no idea about its true relative power.
Yeah, and part of this is also just, building on this, some OTAs or nerfs, they narrow the metagame, and some of them widen it. And it's probably that when they nerf lockdown, we ended up with a more narrowed metagame. There were just some strategies that were dominant. Well, and now here we are.
Around the time Blob released and just took over for a month.
Yep. That's right. And so now here we are, actually kind of in a way grappling with 2 OTAs ago, because the last one maybe undid what the previous one had done, and now, wait, where are we?
Yes, and so I want to tackle 2 big fundamentals of the game that we have already discussed, but we're having a session every week, so at some point we're bound to rediscuss the same topics. Number 1 is comfort. Where does comfort comes from? And the second one will come in the discussion about comfort, and I know Silvermint is going to be extremely happy about it, because I remember messages about this one when we did it. So I'll start, and then obviously I'll quiz people. So comfort has 2 origins: player, and the metagame. You can be comfortable playing something, or you can be comfortable playing against something, which is the others. I could have said you and the others, but... So, what do we have in the things about the player? We obviously have what we call comfort decks, which is what we go back to whenever there's an OTA and we don't know what to play. We're just alright, no idea what to play, no idea what to counter, let's just go back to a comfort deck. For example, for me, it would be this one. It's the ultimate comfort deck for me. It's bounce, and
Mhm.
I tried Chavez for a while over Forge, didn't do so great, so I put Electra back in. I'm not entirely sure this is better. I really like Chavez with Valkyrie, because oftentimes it's gonna give me a card that wins the Valkyrie lane if I play behind it. But I see a lot of one costs lately, so Electra is doing good stuff. Quake is always the flexible card, but yeah, this is my comfort deck. There's another thing that we can do, which is, I don't like the word basic. I'll call it straightforward. Straightforward decks, which is what we discussed last week as well, with the decks that people consider easier to play. Well, they have one big upside right after nerfs. It's, well, they play the same way whether you know your opponent or not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then there's another way, which is just pure playstyle. Like, for example, Destroy got nerfed. Okay, I can't play Deadpool anymore, but I'm pretty sure I can build a deck around Nimrod, and I'm gonna understand it much easier, like, at least much better than if I had to switch over to, like, playing Move or playing Discard, because at least I recognize the cards, I know setups, I might recognize some locations which are good for me. But if I stay in the same playstyle, theoretically, I'm gonna be more advanced on the learning curve rather than if I go to something that I've never played or never enjoyed in my life. Do you guys see other things that a player can do to find this comfort rather quickly? Do you have tricks to find your comfort?
It's almost sort of a meta point, but don't overread the initial results. So, you know, that old phenomenon of somebody tries a deck, oh, that one didn't work, that one's bad, let me try this one, oh, that one is also bad. And it's just you haven't, you know, commit to the experiment, give it some time, watch what's happening, be willing to tinker, think about good and bad matchups. So I think just patience in a way is a way to get comfortable. Like, don't overseek comfort, maybe is a way to put it.
Don't oversee.
Overseek. Like, be comfortable with the idea that it might take a little while.
To you, don't necessarily go to it. Something like
Yeah,
that.
don't be so averse to discomfort that you time out on a deck that could have been good if you gave it a few more data points.
Isn't that more like in the metagame category? Like, don't stay in your comfort zone, and actually, like, if you see new decks, feel free to try them. Wouldn't be that on the other side then?
I can see it in both places. So metagame, that's absolutely right. Don't get too rigid is going to be an important idea. But here,
because the
what I'm
idea of
thinking
the
is that
player
players think,
is focus on yourself in order to find
Yeah.
comfort.
yeah,
One
yeah,
one thing that I think I do when I'm kind of in this discomfort, I mean, when there's a lot of things going on and I'm trying to is in this way, is I focus back. I tell myself to focus back on basics, right? Lots of points into a lane, win one lane, then win the second lane. Because it sort of falls under playstyle, but it's more of like I could say back to basics as opposed to trying to, fancy predictions or complicated combos. I just go, okay, I need to win lane one so that I can win lane two. Stuff like that.
Okay. Does that work?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going back to the fundamentals. What else can we have? What can a player do? Well, it's not what can a player do. What can we seek in ourselves?
Oh. Yeah, that was going to be more of a metagame one. Let's see ourselves.
All right, we can come back to it. Let's go to the metagame.
I mean, one thing to just add there is, maybe ask yourself what your goal is. Are you trying to innovate a deck that will surprise people? Are you just trying to get back into the rhythm of something? Play for a reason. Play with a target in mind. Yeah.
Okay. moving on to the metagame. So, first, I think the one thing that people don't do, and they should really do, is don't assume. There's something about the metagame that, for example, right now, today I played in a tournament match. I got my ass kicked, but that's fine. Against Destroy. And I see Deadpool, and I'm like, oh, that guy is still playing Destroy after the OTA. I think I saw like 7 cards, 8 cards, and at some point, I was kind of thinking about 12 cards. And it really took me like a minute before I had like to mentally slap myself and be like, the deck got nerfed 3 days ago. You have no idea if this guy just kept the same deck because it's comfort, or if he's testing things in Destroy, or at least what did he put in for Forge. So I think one thing is, do not assume right after big nerfs, especially against recently nerfed archetypes. Maybe someone was playing the deck differently. Maybe someone found a different way to play the deck. Maybe they just like it and they don't want to move on. We do not assume instead of other people, because usually that's going to cost us more than it costs them.
Yep.
The other thing is, stick to what they show.
Yeah.
It's kind of the don't assume, but more in the you have like know the popular like synergies, obviously, and stick to what they show you. If you saw the hood, assume there's Sentry and Annihilus. Don't assume they're Azmat, Debris, and these kind of things. Like, don't go too far in your try to guess what the opponent is about to do. Like, stick to what they've showed you and the patterns that either have not been nerfed or that make sense.
So, can I ask a question here? Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, when we're in a new metagame, when we don't necessarily know what they're playing, that inclines you towards a bit of caution. Like, okay, I've seen this card come down, but I don't know what's going to come after Hood, right? But we also know after an OTA that proactive decks tend to shine, and that's one where you are developing your own card without necessarily paying too much attention to what the other side is doing. So these seem like they pull in different directions. You would expect, if you're not sure exactly what the other person is doing, that you'd incline more towards reactive decks. But instead, we see proactive leading.
Yes, and that's kind of another point, which is, when in doubt, do your thing. I think this is something that we repeated a lot. It's like, if you don't know what your opponent is going to do, then just focus on your own deck. Which is often why we go to straightforward decks. Because that works in more situation than reactive decks.
Yeah. I think by this idea of stick to what they show you, this is a thing that people often think is like people think they're on the player side of it, but it's really a metagame issue. Like, they'll try a deck, they get beat a few times very soundly, and they're like, oh, this deck is bad, or, oh, I don't really know how to play this deck. But what they didn't notice is that they weren't paying attention to how they got beat. What was the card that did it? What was the strategy that couldn't work? They were taking it as evidence of a single deck and its viability, and not seeing evidence of what the metagame is.
True. Very true. And this was gonna be, like, to me, the most important point. It's kind of the same, like, as fundamentals over fanciness. When we're focusing on ourselves in the metagame. I had it a second ago. We want to put
yes.
learning over performing.
Yep.
So when we pick up a new deck, we want to learn it before we want to do good with it. When we face another deck, we want to learn what it does more than we want to beat it. And this is probably the biggest thing. And that's the thing I wanna talk about today, which is something that people are not gonna like. This one. Actually. Learning.
I'm really happy with that one. Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Learning the metagame comes with a cost. It can cost you time, it can cost you cubes, it can cost you both. Time is you wait for other people to do the research, check out streams, read articles, talk with people, and come up with your own idea of the metagame. So basically you let everyone do the left part, and then come in as a player and try to see if you can find a comfort deck that fits the situation, something that fits your playstyle, etc., etc. Or what you can do is, instead of paying time, you pay cubes. When you're in doubt, instead of retreating, you stay in. When someone is about to snaps you on turn 1, you pay that extra cube and you found out what's the really good combo that's worth snapping in the current metagame. When you play against a deck that you know you're going to lose against, you pay a cube so you know how many points they can develop. So next time you're against them, you actually know what you're supposed to beat, etc., etc.
Yeah. If all you're trying to do is minimize how many cubes you lose, it's ultimately going to be long-term a losing strategy. You have to figure out what's going to work in order to win those cubes.
Yes. And this is the big thing that is kind of the theme of today, but I didn't want to give it out. I'll put it in the middle afterwards. is
Yep.
We're in a new metagame, which means, well, long-term in Marvel Snap is very difficult to assess. I mean, everything could change Tuesday. But the environment is new, and it's not likely, very careful with the likely, to change too soon. Like, for example, I think they have announced it already, or at least they have announced it to us, and I'm gonna check, but I think they specifically said you're allowed to say it. Pretty sure I knew it. Yes, feel free to discuss this information outside the content creator channels. We're cool. So, the next patch is on March 12th. Which means, in the event, I'm personally not banking on it. Let the record show that I think Hope Summers is gonna break the game. If the metagame stays the same for 9 days, we're gonna take a very stupid example. Imagine we play the exact same amount of games every day. And imagine every day we play for the exact same amount of cubes as well. This is just to make the math simple. We have 9 days.
Mm-hmm.
If we learn 4 days and we perform 5 days, typically we should end up being positive. Like, if we manage to not lose too much during the 4 days, but we still learn, but we make up for that during 5 days, we're good. Then it's obviously all about how much kind of luck we're gonna get during the learning process, how fast we learn, how much is the metagame going to change, and these kind of things. But let's say, we're gonna take everyone's example. I do a lot of content on the game. I check stats. I have about 25 years of experience in card games. Let's assume I can learn a new metagame in in a day.
Yeah.
How many cubes is it fine for me to lose during that day, so I raise my win rate by, say, 3% for the 8 remaining days? If I do the math like kind of an idiot, if I gain 3% per day for 8 days, that's 27%. So let's say my average win rate is 55. I can drop all the way down to 28. And I'll be fine. Like, I can win less than 1 in 3 games, and it's fine if at the end of the game, at the end of the day, I know the metagame.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert, it didn't go that way. I still have no idea what I'm supposed to do.
Don't worry, we're here for you.
Yeah. But that's kind of the idea that I want to explore today. And that's, I think, something that nobody talks about because, well, nobody never wants to have the discussion about what things cost, but rather what they bring to us. So we want to be joyful.
Mm-hmm.
But today I want to discuss mostly about how much are we willing to sacrifice in order to gain more. Because I feel like especially with gaming, because for most people it's a hobby, for most people it's supposed to be immediate enjoyment. Like, we have work, we have family, we may have problems. When we boot up Marvel Snap, it's not to have more problems, at least for 99.9% of people. Which means the enjoyment has to be immediate. Unfortunately, losing is less fun than winning. But the question we could ask is, if we were guaranteed to win, like if Marvel Snap would sign a contract with us that we're gonna win eventually, what is an acceptable amount of losing that we're willing to put in order to do it?
For me, it's interesting because it goes back to the comfort issue for the player. One of the best things I can do to build comfort is to get infinite as quickly as I can in a season, so I just don't have to worry about the ranking. Like on a given week, like I might slip, 15,000 ranks, because I'm just experimenting and trying things, and I had fun experimenting. And yeah, most of them don't work, but like it was neat to try. And then if I find something that does work, I'll be back to the previous rating in like a day or two. Like, it's fine. Unless you're at the point where you actually have something that requires you to reach a final rating at the end of the season, I'm comfortable with pretty much any amount of losing, because what does it matter if I end the season at 10,000 or, 80,000? Like, I still had fun.
Okay.
I think there is a point though where once losing negates fun, then like I feel the same. I like to push to get through infinite as fast as I possibly can. I've made it a little more challenging at times by avoiding certain decks. But I think there's a point where once it becomes no fun, once I'm losing to a point of I don't get the enjoyment of the rush out of a win every so often, even if it's a fancy combo. You lose 3 games and you win 1 fancy combo, and you're like, that was worth it. Then that's when the learning stops, right? And then you're like, I don't want to do this right now. And then you can't focus on the learning. You're just frustrated. So I think there is probably a ratio of, and I'm sure SD and some of these other companies know it,
Personally, like my ratio is when I feel like I stop learning. I'm fine losing as long as I have something else on the side. When that something else disappears and the game becomes a win or lose scenario, then it's a problem for me to lose. And most of the time, I stop the feeling of learning, because I don't think we ever stop learning, but sometimes we can feel like we're not learning. And sometimes it's because of the game, and sometimes it's because I'm playing with very, very little sleep, and I shouldn't do that. But, for example, stale metagames will do that.
Yeah.
And that can be a problem, because the best way to feel like the metagame is stale is to play a lot. The more you play, the faster you solve the metagame in theory. Or at least the faster you get to a point where it feels stale. The problem is, the more you want to learn, the more you have to play. So in order to learn more, you also have to get closer to that point where learning isn't fun anymore. And to me, for example, that's a fine line that I still have trouble walking. Because there are times where I'm going to play for 5-6 hours, and I kind of get in a mode where I'm literally going through the motions, and at the end of the 6 hours, I'm like, wait, if I stopped like 3 hours ago, would I have the exact same amount of information available to think about?
I think also that one thing is that time matters, right? Like I can't play for 6 hours. I just don't have that. So if I have to do this if I can play for an hour straight, that's a lot of commitment for me. So
life and everything, of course, goes in the way.
Right, exactly. And so, if I'm not I don't know when we talk about learning versus performing, I kind of have, that's why I have to look at I have to go to some of the player sides. I have to go look what other people are doing. I have to read. I have to ask, because it's sometimes the cost effectiveness of reading an article or pinging people that I know to ask them like, what are you seeing, who have done the 6 hours. It's the payoff is higher for me because then I can take my 1 hour and actually translate it into more payoff.
Yeah, also because you're time limited. We were taking the example of we have not an infinite amount of time, but our life doesn't decide which path is the better. Obviously, if you're limited in time, just maximize that time because you have no other choice but to maximize it.
Yeah.
So, I want to start with the first exercise that we're going to do today, which is we're going to play games. So I'll start, just like we did last week. Same thing. I want to do it with the game roulette. So personally, I have 3 decks, which is Bounce, Negative, Destroy. And I'll see if I play this one, because this one is very, very straightforward. And this is kind of my I don't care about the metagame kind of deck. So probably we'll play Bounce and Negative, Destroy. And the challenge is we are not allowed to retreat. And we have to say something we learned at the end of every game.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
And the idea with this, also we're doing this with a featured location, which is extra amount of salt just right going in for me. But the idea here is that we're gonna go against the very concept of the game, which is limit your losses. So we're gonna get into a situation where everything is supposed to be frustrating, but we have to focus on the things that help us deal with it. Because in the end, at least to me, because that's not like a rule or anything, if you want to learn, you need to get yourself into it eventually. And to me, this is a really great exercise that forces you to just throw yourself into the fire. We remove that option to say no. Like, yes, you have to. And in games where we know we lost, like for example, there are decks that I'm gonna face, and I'm gonna be like, alright, they're gonna kick my ass. And I know that on turn 3. They know it as well. They snap me. And that's gonna change the complexity of, for example, here, I wanna retreat. I wanna leave this freaking game. Give me Beast back. Thank you, game, for showing it to everyone. Damn it.
Yep.
But yeah, the idea here is that we're not trying to win cubes. We're trying to learn things. So, whenever I know I lost, I'm gonna force myself to switch my focus to pick up something from this game. Oh my god. Take me out of here.
Nope.
Give me Falcon. Give me Falcon.
What did you learn? Locations suck.
Okay.
The code knows, Dan. The code knows.
This is why you don't file your lesson plan.
That's right.
Yes! New game. Oh, actually,
and at a certain point, can you make the lesson? All right, I'm just going to see if I can win by bluff snapping. Or does it have to be? Does it have to be about like?
Well, that's the thing. Is like Marvel Snap is really good in that sense that they present it in a way that you can never lose a game, because if you lost, it means you skipped the retreat part. But we're taking away that possibility here. So also, there are games that we're gonna win, and we didn't know we were gonna win them, and that's something. Like that's something that we can use as well. So they played the pig. I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna draw Valkyrie. That's what I'm gonna do. I have 4 cards in my deck. So we're gonna play 1 cost here. The hit monkey Lechugila. That's gonna be a odd one. I need to set up for Valkyrie. Go draw it. Pray to God my idea works. Okay.
Oh, they played like I would.
Nick Fury? Yeah, we got it. Okay. We're in business.
All right.
So. Wait, I can guarantee I win on the left. If I do this.
Very nice.
What card haven't we seen of yours?
What?
What card is missing? Black Swan and what else?
Black Swan and then it's no, it's not reroll. Wait, did I win this game? Did I win this game? Lesson learned.
That's right. I want to retreat so badly, Dan said at the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, they were really nice because any bounce deck that loses Beast, I'm snapping them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so that's tricky for me. Yeah.
But yeah, sorry.
I wouldn't necessarily do that with bounce because, like, with Falcon alone, you can get a lot going. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's not just that. It was also a Loki deck with the Collector. So they were like, oh, you lost a key card. Here's mine.
Yeah.
All right. And the second thing is we're adding in what we started last week, which is also changing deck. Because changing deck forces us to be focused and prevents us from getting into that routine of just throwing cards onto the board.
I'm really happy with that.
And you'll notice I'm playing decks which are heavily based on snaps and retreat. And never do that. Like, this exercise with these kind of decks is a very, very bad idea. Because literally, I'm playing decks which want to snap certain situations and leave other situations. And I cut the retreat from the possibilities.
Probably.
No, it's a real shocker.
Oh,
and
it is a real shocker.
And they discarded Blue Marvel, so it's probably... Actually, if I top deck Mr. Negative. I think it's just a bait.
It's your deck, yeah.
I need to test it, because at some point the deck was really good. Like the Patriot with the Super Giant was really nice.
I remember that moment in the metagame. Oh.
Did they snap you?
Rogue it? Yeah, they snapped me. What happens if I rogue it? They go back to 4? 4 to 4. Right. Plan B. Iron Man like an idiot. Okay, should have rogued.
Can you rogue them both? No, you cannot. You can't rogue them Mystique.
No, but I have a slight doubt that they might be playing Super Scroll, so I'm gonna wait on the road.
Mm.
Or? Oh, that's the
Oh,
Zoo
you
deck I
killed 2,
tried.
dude.
I tried that deck. Well, I didn't try with the thing and stuff.
Oh, how nice.
What, Carnage?
The thing is a 10.
Ooh. Yeah, just Carnage this for purpose? I mean, I'm not gonna Carnage Iron Man or Mystique, so I guess Carnage it for purpose.
There's a hope.
Oh.
Let him throw in the Shang-Chi.
Let's see.
What happens if I rogue the Mystique? I go.
If you carnage the Iron Man, I mean the Mystique on the right,
I
then
would Zola the right, because if you
well,
can copy that second Iron Man, that's great. If you can copy the Shang-Chi, that's great.
I copy
right,
the second
exactly.
Iron
That's what
Man,
I'm
I'm
getting
still
at.
at 12. Win.
Right, you don't win. Yeah, you don't win there.
I don't win ever, but I'm not allowed to retreat.
It's still fun.
God.
Okay, you just need to hit the Iron Man. Or if you hit the Iron Man, oh, that'd be fun.
Oh,
Ah,
the worst one you could do.
30% chance. Uh,
I
Uh,
learned. I learned. I
you
learned
learn
you.
that
this is
Silverman's zany idea is never worth following.
Nah, I learned that you don't Shang-Chi on turn before the end of the game against the Patriot deck, which is playing blank, because there's a card that says field the entire board. I learned I should have old my Shang-Chi much more, but it's not like I had a
No.
lot of choice.
And there was also that moment where you considered, even if you lost the rogue on the left, it still would have deleted it from both of you, and it still
yeah.
would have hampered their deck.
Well, and if you would rogue the Patriot before they could play the what do you call it, the Mystique, you would
Yep.
have stopped the card.
Yeah, that. Played against them. They were Ella discard. Ah.
Yep.
We have Valkyrie, which is like the best card against them. I beat them. I was playing regular Discord, something like that. I won. Oh, hello, Sunspot.
Wait, did you already play this deck once, or?
Played against him, yeah. But not today. Not in the video. Like I played it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, but I mean, like your cycle of 3. Didn't we already do this?
We did
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
I just I'm just alternating between both.
Oh, I see. I see. I see.
Because the
He's
other one is
feeling bad about losing on the left.
the other one is just purely proactive. After this turn, I guess I want a Falcon because I really don't want Valkyrie to. So I'm Falcon. Oh, wait. Please, game, give me priority so I can Electra that Black Knight. Oh no, that's not priority. That's the HUD.
You definitely yep, no priority.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello, Quake.
Mm.
I'm gonna get killed. This.
You don't want to be able to Valkyrie into the death?
And Valkyrie into the death. Problem with that.
Oh no, you do. I'm sorry. You want kill and go left. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying. I thought you said kill and go right. Okay. I was really confused. Oh well.
Okay, so the only card they have in hand is their Swerve. I don't have Ella yet. They're still gonna kick my butt. But... Oh.
Well, they. Oh, sorry. Have they already discarded with the Black Knight? Yeah, Corvus did that. That's right. Yeah. So no point electroing it now. Yeah.
I still want to destroy Electro. Do I play Black Swan here just so I'm sure I don't have priority?
Well, yeah, and plus you don't know what you want a Valkyrie.
I want a Valkyrie, right?
Okay.
I mean, they've got what? 12, 14, 20 in Hela.
They have a lot in Ella. But the question with Ella is how much it's gonna go.
Well, and then once it goes left, I mean, if it pulls out Magneto, Hitmonkey's going to move, Black Swan's going to move.
Yeah, but just Black Swan is fine.
Yeah.
It's only Black
No,
Swan.
I'm just saying. They've got a lot of points in there. And another Ebony Blade, too, right? Another, 20-point Ebony Blade?
Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy, are we doing it?
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh
Nice.
boy.
That's right.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
So just to be clear, the lesson we've learned today is that bounce always wins.
Oh my
That's right.
god.
Yeah.
Hela's,
Like,
Hela's
this-
garbage. Hela's just garbage.
This is great. You would have retreated both of those bounce games, I bet, if you didn't have this rule.
Yes, probably.
Yes. Fascinating, right? Fascinating.
We're learning. We're learning a lot. Alright, last game of negative. So start thinking what you guys want to play.
Oh, I know what I'm going to play already.
He's going to play Quake and 11 other cards, yeah. We know.
No, actually, I was actually thinking it'd be a really neat idea for a deck building game if you were given a set number of energy or something like that to build your deck from, and you could build as many cards that fit that number in there. So you could build lots of 1-drops or, but only a set number, like a total pool kind of thing. So you could have
Oh.
cards with different deck numbers.
So they just lost they lost Harkness. Yes, and what did you lose? I missed that part.
Iron Man.
Okay.
That
Okay.
Oh no, they're not destroyed. They don't feel. Wait, a bay gives me the
But that-
card before I trigger, right?
Yeah, it does.
And hello, Ocularis. I don't know if you have a mic and talk with us, but welcome.
I do, and I can. Hello.
Do you want to join in on the exercise? You're gonna love it.
We're practicing losing today.
Oh, I'm great at that.
We're practicing learning, but the setup is very, very bad.
That's right.
Well, you'll see what the others do, and you'll decide if you wanna. Okay, kill my negative. I'm happy.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's fine.
it feeds into.
Please let the episode title today be "Get In, Losers. We're Going Snapping." Like we just have to go full Mean Girls.
Dracula. Wait, was it Agatha destroys? What are they proving? They're trying to prove that you can win with discard even.
Oh, there you go. Double negative.
No, but I could double Yondu, kill the rest of their deck, and if my last card is null, holy crap. And actually draw.
We're not seeing what else you do right now.
Yeah, to draw, that's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like they're playing really, really expensive cards. I have 2 shots at null. What are the other cards in my... Carnage and Killmonger. It's Carnage, Killmonger, null, and I don't know what. Want it? They're really playing Stature? Okay, they're just playing a featured location deck, but with Arcness. Oh, bye-bye, Dracula.
That's pretty nice.
Oh.
No cards to destroy. Oh, okay. Now where?
Oh my
Where?
god. Wait,
Oh, wait,
two
wait,
prices.
Mystique. Jesus.
You
Oh
got
my God.
Mystique. Yeah, it's null Mystique, right?
Oh,
It's Carnage null Carnage null Mystique.
why not just Carnage the middle for those extra little points and then null Mystique?
Oh, that's the thing. It's like, oh wait,
If
Mystic is
Carnage
gonna
kills
end up on the
Magneter,
right. Mystic is gonna end up on the right. So
yes.
yeah,
So
I'm gonna
Carnage.
do
You don't want to Carnage the asteroid first? Oh. To take out the -1?
yeah, but that's gonna lower the power of my null.
No, it's not, because Carnage doesn't lower the power. It eats the card.
Yeah, but null is based on the combined power of destroyed cards. If this is destroyed, it gets -1.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
ones. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Didn't expect that.
It's okay.
Yeah,
They
no.
didn't have much loaded in there. I get that.
For sure, I still win.
That was well aimed. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you win by a lot.
Yeah, pretty handily.
All right.
I mean, they didn't have any cards left in hand when they went to that Dracula, so.
Yeah, we knew,
Yeah.
at the moment Yondu killed Apocalypse, we knew Dracula was not a concern anymore.
Yep. All right.
Well, that was much better outcome than I anticipated. So actually, my comfort decks are pretty good. We faced much more Ella than I thought. I haven't faced that much since the OTA. Alright, who's up next?
I can do it. Bishop, if you want to do it.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll get out of here.
All right, why don't I just start up?
So while they're doing it, so Ocularis, what we're doing today is
My screen is set.
we discussed a little about how to find comfort in the metagame. So either looking at you as a player or looking at the rest of the metagame and what you can do to kind of learn it, not necessarily faster, but don't let the metagame like impact you too much, your vision of the game. And what we're doing right now is we're focusing on long-term planning and especially paying cubes to learn.
We doing okay? Can we see everything?
We're on.
Okay. So this is the deck that I stole from somebody who beat my pants off of it in Infinite, or with it, and I really like it. It's a lot of fun. I'm not sure about the 6-card position. They were running Iron Fist. I've tried Magneto, and I was trying with Alioth too to see which is a better finisher for the 6th position.
What are you trying to do?
So I'm not sure.
Ghost Spider.
The nice thing about Ghost Spider is that you can either pull stuff into the Craven lane and increase Craven, or you can play Stegron or Spider-Man. Like you can pull Spider-Man back if it goes off to one direction, and you can pull like all of these cards, usually the turn afterwards, back into another lane to stack points. It's been really useful actually. Even so much as like I used it in one game against a Infinite. The third location was unreachable, so I was able to double the Magneto and move the Magneto right at the end and stack it into a locked off lane where it won total points. So I'm not sure Alioth is the right choice, except Hela is a huge problem for this deck. So that's what I was thinking that maybe Alioth would be good for.
Okay.
But
all right, let's try it. What's the other deck?
And then I thought I'd try your bounce deck, so I grabbed that one.
Do you need the list? Do you have it?
No, I made it while you were playing.
All right. Perfect. Show us.
Which I have to live with for 30 days now. Nebula.
Well, that's a card you deal with fairly easily, right?
Yeah, it does pretty well.
Sabertooth.
That's not
That's
bad.
perfect.
So the question is Kingpin or Jeff at this point? I think we're going to Jeff first into the Nebula lane. Because I kind of want to be able to set Kingpin up with something without revealing it. You're going to have to beware of the Valley of the Hand, right? Because that's going to bring Nebula back. But
Yes.
it'll be a 1, I guess. Okay.
Mm. But even if you bring Nebula back on a later turn, how many turns does it have to grow?
Yeah, no, exactly. It comes back on 5, so I'll probably take it out now, and then just get the newer dimension, and then set up Kingpin next turn with Spider-Man or something afterwards.
I mean, they passed turn 2, so to me that kind of says I don't have other 1 cost.
Yeah, so I'll take this right now. We have priority. Valuable. Surfer, maybe?
No, it was created.
Opponent.
I think that's going to be pretty good. I mean, it's not the best, maybe. I guess the other choice would be just Sabretooth and Jin just to get the points out. Maybe that's a better choice right now.
Well, I mean, you're setting up using the Kingpin for other things, so that it's a low point round, but you're going to catch up.
Okay, we're finally gonna know what they play.
Hi, Black Swan. Oh, that's nice.
That's his.
Okay, we're on 5 now. 7. Okay, how can we do this? Now, where do we want the points? We can't guarantee. Actually, we can't guarantee Spider-Man's going to go. So we can do this and put Spider-Man. I mean, put
Or you mean
Spider back.
pillars?
Yeah. We're not going to get another one that's going to be useful, so we'll just play it.
Oh, wait, do you want to play it? I was thinking like you could arrow there, or you wanted to leave your Spider-Man open to move there, or oh wait, you've got Jeff. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, all right, Jeff.
And he's got
Yeah,
Ghost
my bad.
Spider to pull Polaris too.
That's right. That's right. That was me just completely forgetting the setup we watched.
It's all good.
Yep.
But
Oh. Okay.
can we beat that?
Okay. Wait. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Like.
There's the location.
Yeah.
That was bad. That's bad.
Location, as a famous puppet would.
Okay. See what our options are. Arrow Center.
So Ares
Pulls
Center. Well, you don't know what it
Destroyer.
pulls. No, because you don't
I
have
think it's
priority.
Destroyer.
You don't have priority, so you
Oh,
don't know
that's
what it
true.
pulls.
That's true. You're right. I don't know what it pulls. Just experimenting here. Let's see. If we arrow right, Jeff Wright, and Spider-Man left. Oh no, maybe not Jeff Wright. Maybe Jeff Stunner and Spider-Man left, and hope that it moves something far enough away.
Well, if they do, you're left with what, like 7 points? Is that enough to beat? Like if it just pulls a Jin away.
Black Swan is a
Yeah, we
tie.
can-
Everything else is a.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't retreat though, so the question would be
Uh,
Hercules wins left. Hercules wins left, right? Because that's 14.
and then Spider-Man the
And then-
Destroyer. Bring it middle, because they're not gonna play to the right. No, Spider-Man right. Spider-Man right.
Yep.
Because Spider-Man brings Destroyer to the left, but they're never gonna play the right because they're oh, damn it.
Nope, they played everything. That's because they have us tons of information or energy. Yeah, that's a loss. So
Well,
we win
it
left.
wasn't so much energy
No.
because
Friendly
they got Black
neighborhood
Swan back,
Spider-Man
so
here.
2 of those cards were free.
Yep. We lost by 2. 4.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't
It was
think-
still a better move that you came up with than you were considering before.
So the only big problem was the holding on the Killmonger.
the big problem was
If we
the
had held
value
the
of
Ki-
the hand that you didn't consider.
No, if we had the Killmonger, we would have won. If I'd held the Killmonger with the value of the hand, I should have held the Killmonger till late,
Absolutely.
and then I would have picked up Ant-Man and Blade as well. But
Oh, you would have
Anyways,
been.
okay.
It would have been a carnage.
yeah, it's a fun deck though. It is so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we switch decks now.
I think you also learned
Mhm.
something there about the information paralysis sometimes it comes with, like move
yeah.
control. Like, where do I
the
want
deck
everything
didn't
to
show
end
up.
up?
Oh, that's weird. I built the deck on my phone and it didn't show up. So I have to build the. It's okay. For time wise, I won't. I'll play something else.
I
won't play
have
the
cards
bonus
to play
deck.
hard if you want.
Okay, I can do that then. Real quick. Give me a second. I gotta get rid of a deck. Well, which one did I destroy? I destroyed this last time. What the heck? What is going on? I think oh, there it is. Perfect. Got it. Okay.
All
The
right.
computer figured it out for me.
The
Look
computer
at that.
figured
How
it out.
smart. Okay. The code knows. We've discovered that. I've played this a little bit. Oh, the other thing is, when I was playing the Thanos Control, I was doing my Black Swan missions, and I pulled the Iron Lad and put in Black Swan, and it did pretty well. So I might try going back to that, because maybe that was the difference. That was actually a good card to allow me to play higher points, with Thanos and stuff like that. Next card, give it 2+. That's a good one. So maybe Nico into Iron Man. I think that's good.
Go into Iron Man. What's the Nico we get?
+2 to the next card. So Iron Man's a 4.
Iceman. It was Iron Man.
Iceman. I'm sorry. No, yeah, Iceman. I know what I'm saying. And then this, and then put here.
No, you
or-
want to beast it.
You want to beast it, okay? So
4. Also because it opens like turn 4, all 3 cards plus demon plus hitmonkey.
explosive. Mhm. That hit Ella, of course. Oh, so good, but they don't know how to play Quake. You don't play Quake now. You play it. You play it when Hala is about to explode. Oh, sloppy. I'm so mad now.
Okay, now you need to snap on principle to teach them a lesson. Oh, or just taunt them. Okay.
Okay, would you beast now and pull those back?
Spider Ham and Beast.
Spider Ham Beast.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to. So you need to count your hand. Know if you
Yeah.
can
Well,
afford a
that's true,
Sentinel.
because that's going to be 3. So that would be 3, 4. I could afford it, right? But that'd be 3 plus 4. I still could draw one. Right? Yeah, because that's 3, 4, 6. So I can still draw one. Well,
I
we
mean,
hit 7.
that was a nice hit, but like, oops.
Hood's gonna stick. But I have Falcon.
Oh, that's interesting.
So Spider-Ham's gonna roll into Maximus. Okay.
So hit monkey on the right. Try to destroy that Maximus.
Oh, next card becomes a demon. So out of
Why
oops,
don't you
not
transform?
wrong
Oh,
card. Yeah, I realized wrong card. Which card then? Sentinel?
no, you can't. You want to play Hit Monkey? Well, you can keep Hit Monkey for
I'm
turn
check-
6 now, so you can transform. You can transform Sentinel, yeah, and then you go Iceman Demon. But might as well play Nico there. You're sure to kill Maximus. If you have time. If you don't, just slam the demon, but... So everything to the right. Nico, Sentinel, Iceman, Demon.
Oh, God.
Because next turn you can just Falcon Black Swan and get them back. Oh, that's gonna be good. Should have snapped that.
Yeah, probably should have. Are we gonna go? Do we have enough?
Yeah, we have
6.
2
Yeah,
demons.
we're
Yep.
fine. We're fine. Yeah, we're great. That's deeply satisfying.
Oh, that's good. Black Swan Falcon?
Yeah.
That's gonna pull. Gosh. I'll get most of that back. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. So it'll leave me Beast, Iceman, and a demon on the board.
You pull 4, so yeah, you're gonna leave Iceman, Demon. Yep. You have to be careful because
Seems
if
good.
it's a control deck, there might be a Killmonger on the board.
Or let's hope not Sandman. But what can you do? You can't know. We're gonna learn.
Oh, at least that's not Sandman.
Oh, thank you for not holding the Killmonger.
Beautiful.
Thank
Beautiful.
you for playing it a little early.
Pretty sure you could snap them back.
I snapped them.
Oh, you snapped.
I snapped them first.
My bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we
Okay,
gotta pick.
so
Drop your points.
no,
No.
they just left.
Stay on the screen.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
Because that's the most important turn in the entire game. So, and that's a great way to also learn bounce. So here, a lot of people that I've seen play bounce are gonna try and see all the possibilities, and they're gonna lose a ton of time doing so. Here, the first decision we need to make is this a Sentinel It Monkey play or is this a Valkyrie play? Because already that's gonna eliminate half our hand.
Yep.
Personally, I think both plays are valid because Sentinel to the left puts us far ahead, and Hit Monkey is a 12, which is big enough to win its lane. So I think I would have gone for a Sentinel Hit Monkey play because it challenges 2 lanes when Valkyrie only challenges 1.
Yep.
But that's the first thing. And then we need to think about positioning, because if we go for Sentinel Hit Monkey, that means we have to play Hood somewhere, and so we basically abandon that lane.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that was...
So I guess numerically we'd probably abandon the Hollow lane because Hood is we're ahead on points everywhere else, right?
I think because we can Nico the Hood and kill it, I would have gone Hit Monkey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I would have gone Hit
the hook is
Monkey.
going
So the play to me was Hit Monkey right, Sentinel left, Nico middle, Hood middle, Spider-Ham middle, Demon right. So to the right, you have 18, which is more than enough to challenge it. In the middle, you only have 5, but you still push them to play there. And on the left, you have 11. Maybe that's not enough, actually. Maybe that's too spreaded. Yeah, nah, then we just focus on 2 lanes, and that's just like Sentinel Demon on the left, and Hood right, everything middle, and win both. That might be much easier, actually. I'm always trying to balance points. Shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
To the basics, right? Win 2 lanes.
That's what we said. Stick to the basics.
Okay.
All right, Silvermint. You
We'll
ready?
go back to the control. Or... Oh, okay, we're only doing 2.
Yeah, I think you've got one more, right?
We can play one more. I think we have.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do the control. This is just a fun deck. It's when it puts on points, it's so interesting to watch the points. It's like almost like playing bounce. People can't figure out where the cards are moving, and so it becomes frustrating.
Honestly, move control is what I'm going back to after this, because if we're thinking about like old archetypes that might rise again, it's always one of my comfort decks.
This can be really good. It can be hard, but fun. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, nice.
Gorgeous enough to snap.
Okay. I'd like to know what we're playing first, I think.
Wait,
Right.
why do we have Zabu? What are the forecasts that we want to ramp into?
We like being able to play the Stegron and being able to play Hercules.
Oh, okay.
So I guess the question is, where's Zabu? I guess Zabu left makes the most sense. So.
Oh wait, no. Actually, I think you wanted to get everything middle and just play Craven left, and so everything from Strange goes to Kiln and you explode.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is good. I think I don't lose a turn. I get points, and if they pass, then I think it's good for me.
Yeah, it depends on how accurate their avatar and player name is.
Why do you need to play it now? A question.
Okay.
Because you know you can destroy that, but imagine they don't pass. Why help them?
Okay. So play the Kiln, which is going to close off.
Yeah, I think I would just go Craven to Kiln. You could Kingpin to Kiln, so their card that moves there gets the negative thing. Jeff in the middle, and just play Killmonger at some point.
Yep. Okay. We have to play it on 5, right?
For example. Or 6.
Well, I mean, if I want to be able to play there,
if you want to,
there's value. Okay. So now.
Kingpin Jeff?
So one option is Kingpin Jeff. Other option would be Jeff Ghost Spider and pull the Jeff into the lane to feed the Craven. But I guess we can let the work, Kingpin do the work. Actually, I want to do this the other way around, right?
Well,
does it change?
If I decide I want to do something different, I can pull the Kingpin back out of the lane.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be good because they already have an incentive with the Craven there not to double up in the middle that much.
They snapped on me, which is fine. No fun.
Still plenty of fun. But we now know what they're playing, right?
So what do they play?
Well, they've snapped. They have only now played Magic. It's turn 5.
So one option now is I could Ghost Spider Kingpin Spider-Man, the magic, and pull the magic back out. Or maybe into the Kingpin lane, which will send it back to the Craven lane. So if I did this.
Would it make sense to Killmonger? Oh no, I see. You've got to do Ghost Spider and then Killmonger.
Yeah, it'd be Ghost Spider then Spider-Man. Oh, that won't work. Never mind. So it's going to be Kingpin. It's got to be Killmonger.
Well, you want to pull Kingpin, you got to use Ghost Spider first, and just be willing to lose 2
But
points.
I can't do what I want though. I thought I could. Oh yeah. Oh no, man. Yes, I can. One second. So it's this.
But why?
Oh,
Why don't we want to play Killmonger so we like get the freedom to
And
play
have-
again?
yeah. Yeah, I'd play
I thought I could do that
Killmonger.
with 6. Okay, I can do this.
I mean, otherwise you only have one turn to play on the right. And the thing is, Magic usually tells you combo deck. And combo deck kind of means you might want to Spider-Man this or something like that.
I am Iron
Yeah.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just more agency to react. That's great.
Oh, that worked out well. Because I would have had to go Spider the Kingpin out. Okay, so I can pull the. Oh,
You've got a Spider-Man,
Oh.
right?
I have Spider-Man, but I also have Arrow, and I could move Jeff and Arrow left, and pull the Iron Man into the limbo lane, and do negative. What 2 to it? What does that thing do? -2 to it?
Yeah. Or you can Iron Man it. It all depends, but like,
Or I can Jeff and pull Spider-Man and Magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
or move the Jeff, play Arrow on the left, and then move
Go
the
Spider,
Arrow back
yeah.
wherever you want it.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
center?
because personally I would have arrowed middle and pull it to the right, but this is fine too. It's just that if they because that's definitely a Living Tribunal deck. So if they play Onslaught this turn, that's really good. But if they play Living Tribunal, they can still play Onslaught into Iron Man. So if you get Iron Man alone in the middle, you can still Spider-Man it next turn to avoid Onslaught one more time.
Ooh, let's play the Ghost Spider quick.
And go Spider right. But don't move Jeff. That's fine. Move Jeff if you have to. But... Actually, that's fine to move Jeff because we'll just Spider-Man back to the left. By the way, we probably should have snapped them back.
Oops.
That's fine. We can't focus on everything.
The
See?
mystery
And now you can move it again
intrigues
to...
Oh, I see.
F-
And now
to F
Iron
the
Man has to go
onslaught.
left. It has to go left.
Yes.
Whoops.
And points, because points are good.
Yeah.
I hear points are good. Yes.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Satisfying. So good.
It's so much fun.
I love move control with a passion.
Oh no, they're gonna spread their points twice.
Not the
Twice
double
average.
spread.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh, that was so
Ah.
rewarding.
They went
That
from the
is
spread to
pleasing.
split.
Victory.
That is
Oh,
pleasing.
Such a nice deck.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes, I didn't slap you. I understand. Thank you.
yes. I think a few more emotes and they'll convey their point.
All right, now you can go.
Oh, by your leave, Majesty. Yes. Okay, good. All right. Let me set this up. Okay. Wait, no, that's different. Okay. Here we go. Go live. There we go. Okay. We should have it. Let's see. Which one am I doing first? Yeah, let's start with...
Show us and tell us what are the decks, etc.
Yes. So standard sort of movement force from the tier list. Having a lot of fun with this one. Feels more consistent than it often does. This is your standard, I guess, new standard discard collector. And I also need a silly name for things.
I've had a lot of trouble with that deck.
Sorry, say again?
I've had a lot of trouble with that deck. Discard Collector did not do me well.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little sad to see the Loki fall away from it, but I get why it happened. And then this is the bounce one you just put up with a very I will eat this confidence later name attached to it. Yes. Yes. Okay, so let's start with this collector because, like you said, having some issues. So
Oh,
Yep, here we go.
So, Dan, overall, do you think the meta's been better since they've changed Chavez?
wow. All right, going back like 3.5 months now.
Hmm. Hmm.
What do you? Can you define better? Because better is a very
I mean,
subjective term.
I guess the question is, do you think the game stays?
Oh.
I mean, I'm not. I struggle with that because I really, it did some things so well that it's, and now that we have so much energy on the board, I I'm not. I mean, maybe that's the best reason they did it is because these combos decks would have been so powerful.
I think proactive decks are still really, really good, and with Chavez, they probably would be even better. And there's also
Yeah,
a lot of cards they're releasing. Like, for example, Hope Summers with Chavez in the game.
that's
Please
crazy.
no.
Mm-hmm,
Like,
mm-hmm.
there's
Oh
a
yeah.
lot
Yeah,
of timing cards currently. I mean, look at Discard. Like, Discard was one of the decks that got hit the hardest from the Chavez change, and it's on top.
yeah,
Imagine what February would
yeah,
have looked like with Chavez.
yeah. How you see? This is what never works for me. My blade is
What?
always next to like my collector is the right card. Like without a doubt,
Hmm.
my swarm never shows up on the right side for me. Like they just go,
I
nah,
mean,
I'm not doing that.
well, so a nice combo, had it not been discarded for me, is like Sif discards Apocalypse guaranteed, and then Blade will discard it again. So Blade, you just have to hold. You just have to hold.
I know, but
Yeah.
I can draw it into the perfect, and then like helicarrier, oh, always always my third draw. So whatever my right card is always going to be in the way of my helicarrier. Like I just it's
No,
I
the
don't know.
problem is they did way better. Oh, that's pretty nice. They did way better with the Sokovia. They lost Apocalypse, which means, of course, they got it back, and I lost Sif. But so
Right.
far, this is
That's
good. Now I just need to decide where I want to compete. So they're definitely going for the middle. If I drop Dracula, let's see, what do I have left? We've got a few more turns. Helicarrier, Apocalypse, Gambit. Yeah, I think I at least want to make them sweat that I'm competing for the middle. So I think that's the play.
oh, that's big brain.
I don't know. It could be very, very tiny brain, but
I
that's the thought.
personally would put Dracula on the left because you already know they have a 16 power Apocalypse in hand. So I'm pretty sure if they want to take a lane from you, they'll take a lane from you.
Fair. Okay.
Like, you know they have the big card, and they have Dakin 2 in the middle. So I think you
Oof.
have to be the flexible one.
Okay. Makes sense. Let me see what they're at in a second here. Okay, they have 5 in hand. 2 of those are
And
going to be Swarm.
you know
Now they have
4.
6 in hand.
Yeah, but you
Well,
know
that's
4 of
good. That's
those.
a good draw for you.
Oh yeah, this is
That's
great.
a second best draw, maybe. First would maybe be Apocalypse.
Let's see. So I want to put. Yeah. No, that's fair. I would snap 2.
It might
I
be
could
crazy.
double. Yeah.
Pass.
Oh yeah, because anything we get is going to be just as fine to discard.
Well, no. Gambit, I want to play it.
Uh
But
huh.
I mean, no, it's 50-50. If you draw Gambit or Corvus, you want to play them. But if you
Yeah.
draw Apocalypse, well, if you draw Helicarrier, do you just slam Helicarrier onto the board?
Hmm.
Anyway, it's worth more points now than for card fill, right? Or hand fill, right?
Well, okay. The spirit of the game is let's learn. So let's try this. Let's see what happens.
Because you're gonna have 4 cards in hand right now, anyways. But
Mm-hmm.
okay. Oh,
Well, and that also gave us some good location information.
Let's go.
Oh, that's
there
nice.
you go.
Okay, so now, do I want
Now
to? I could see an argument for throwing Modoc left or right.
Well, the question is, where do
Well,
you want
Collector's
Proxima?
going to grow.
The big question is, where do you want Proxima?
Let's see. So if I put Modoc there, then it guarantees.
The things
Oh, it's
you need to know
interesting.
is Morbius will gain energy before Proxima discards.
Yes.
And Collector...
So will Collector.
Yes, but Collector gains in order of the card. So he's going to gain the power from the Swarms, but not from Apocalypse.
I see.
he doesn't get
So
from Apocalypse? Oh.
right now it's going to fall onto. I see. So if I then play right instead,
So if you play right, he's going to go left. If you play
Yeah.
left, it's gonna go right. If you play middle, it's gonna go left, I think.
Yeah. So do we want it left or right?
If you go Modoc left and Proxima comes down left, doesn't that block you off, or it just leave you for the Dracula? I
You
guess.
can't
It won't
if
come
you
down
Modoc
left
you
if it
will
comes
go
down.
right.
I think I want to compete here.
I thought it was random. It's not random.
No, it's the weakest
No, it
location.
goes to where you're lowest. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, I didn't read down in the
All
card.
right.
Oh, okay.
Next week's coaching, reading cards.
And you'll be proud I let that time run out because why not think about it for a second longer?
It was a good conversation.
Yeah.
They really need to remove fast forward when your opponent has swarms in the hand because
Yeah.
well,
You need to know what they
if you
put
click
back.
on it, you know many cards they have. So that's 4
Yeah.
swarms, 1 apocalypse. Oh my
Okay,
God.
so they're at okay. So, okay. Ooh, this is let's see. So for me the question right now is do I gain more by playing Corvus?
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to gain some more swarms, so it's going to be more Mobius, more Collector. No.
You want to.
There's a Dracula on the board. Do you really want
Yes.
Dracula to discard swarm at the end of the game?
Nope.
I see.
You
Okay.
want,
Yes,
you want to play all the
Morbius,
swarms, right?
Morbius gains 2, Collector gains 2,
Yeah.
Dracula potentially loses 14.
Okay. So then I think I want to play. So we're assuming I won't win middle.
Well,
So I
actually,
think I want to play.
if you put 3 swarms there, you're challenging it at the very least. You're ahead on it. Your Morbius
Okay.
gets +4. 1 from Corvus, well, 2 for Corvus, 2 from Dracula. To me, that's the play. You're ahead on every lane until they play.
So yeah,
You're winning if they skip their turn.
fair.
No, because
So
that's gonna depend a lot on how they play.
my only question is whether or not I want to put that last swarm on the left instead.
Yes. No, on the right.
Yeah.
No, on the right.
Oh, on the right. Okay. Okay.
You
Yeah.
have a 20 power up Dracula on the left.
Fair.
The only way they beat your Dracula on the left is if they actually play their Apocalypse.
Well, hey. Still seems doable. Maybe. I don't know. No. Maybe it's gonna be.
It's gonna be over.
Well, you're gonna tie the middle, unless Apocalypse discards
Yeah.
twice.
Well, Dracula will count as a discard. So.
Yeah, but
Oh, you're
then
right.
you're gonna go tie.
Ah.
Like the
Oh,
swarm
that
on the
was so
left
close.
wouldn't have changed anything.
No, not at all. But it was just. It's sort of the. Yeah, you don't have to do a mistake. That
Actually,
was a well played round.
Yeah, you would have lost either way. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a totally fun round. Let's see. Yeah.
How do we win this? Was there a way to win this? So if you switch up a Corvus and a Swarm, you win middle, but you lose right, and it doesn't change left. If we change the decision on the Modoc, you could.
Well, but they could still drop their Apocalypse anywhere.
Yeah. No, I think
Yeah.
this was our most likely line of play to win, and they just identified the right way to beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why when they did the little like "oops, you made a mistake" emoji, I'm like, no, it was just a well fought game. Like,
Yeah, I
no
mean,
mistakes. It was.
look
it was
at the
fine.
freaking points.
Yeah.
Everyone has a ton of points.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of this, like that early move of Sokovia gave them Apocalypse an extra time and I lost Sif. Like, we had similar strategies and they eked ahead. Very good. Very good. No complaints. All right. Leaving the screen?
Well, don't we have a second game to play?
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you wanted to say more about it. Yep.
No, we're good.
Every game, Den yells at us to not leave the screen early. Don't leave the screen early. Den yells us, aren't we moving on?
Well, I mean,
No.
we identified, we talked about every line, we discussed like if we could change power and if it would have changed the outcome of the game.
Yeah. Yep. I love this new title. Cried off all my Yondu makeup. Like,
Ooh, I've never seen it.
I've never
it's
seen it
very
either.
pleasing.
I'm still on Top Chef. I really like it. And it's also the name of a very, very popular cooking show in France that we love to watch. So.
Oh yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
It's in English too.
We're all fans of Padma Lakshmi here.
It would edit.
Yeah, she's in the American version.
Oh, okay.
The French don't think there's any. Top Chef only applies to the French. It shouldn't apply to any other country.
Oh, you're allowed to have your cooking show as long as we have the best chefs.
Pretty sure an American won the international competition 20th season.
There's international cooking shows of Top Chef?
Yeah, the 20th season of American Top Chef was like international. It was competitors from all the other shows.
Okay, I'm gonna need a link to that.
After you play your next card, destroy it. 2 cards. Wait, I forgot what deck I'm playing. Oops. Wait, no, that's great for me. I want to do that. That's great. Sorry.
Silverman, the country maps in France there's France and then there's other stuff outside of there.
No,
Ooh,
it's
that's
just
good for me.
cooking wise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but France should be ahead of America. But yes,
I hate to tell you,
want to see
of the 20 competitors, I think the French cook went out the first episode.
Okay, then I'm very curious.
And of course,
to know
we can
who it
generalize
was.
from this single data point. Yes.
Yes, that's what we do in Snap. It works in cooking shows.
Yes. That's right.
Exactly.
I can definitely write a tier list about cooking chefs, and this guy is tier F.
Oh my gosh. It's true. He forgot to devein a shrimp. It was terrible. Anyway, what's discard? I forgot what deck I'm playing. That's right.
Okay, you're playing
hold on. What are we
Phoenix
doing
Force,
here?
and the next card
Yes,
you're gonna play
this is
is
great
gonna
for
be
me.
destroyed, and you already have Phoenix Force in your hand. Even if you don't play left, I'm gonna have to yell.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
kind
but
of
don't we want that to be Phoenix Force on
That's
the left?
the same
I want to
thing.
save that. Okay, fair enough.
The difference is, on the one hand,
Oh no!
Yes!
Oh, fine. Yay!
We'll take it. Okay, so
Yes.
the reason why we want to do it left is because if the card you have destroyed is the boosted one, your Phoenix Force has the same power, right? It still gets +3. Except, if I keep that bonus for Phoenix Force, opponent has 2 more turns to disable or change the location. Opponent knows where I'm gonna play Phoenix Force, and if they have priority, that's a literal disaster, because Cosmo, because stuff like that.
Quake.
Yeah, Quake and stuff. But it's just the power doesn't change, but in one situation, you can play Phoenix Force anywhere you want. In the other situation, you send a postcard which said, I'm gonna play there.
Yep. That's right. So we held back information. We kept options open. I like it. Okay.
Shouldn't you snap them? Oh, okay.
Can't you snap them? You should have snapped them on turn 2. That's a moving Nimrod with Carnage in hand. What's the complaint here? Yep. Why haven't we still snapped?
Because I'm still thinking about Top Chef. What have you done to me?
Oh, unfortunately, you lost priority, but that's okay.
Does this seem like a Cosmo running deck, or besides, I can move Nimrod wherever I want it to be.
No, you're fine. I was just saying that. Unfortunate.
Let's see. So I could just set up a Venom and then a Carnage on the left, but is there anything more valuable to do right now?
You can Shuri into the Venom.
Well, if I do the Venom now, and then next turn I can possibly Arnim Zola, that seems pretty good. So I'm just thinking something like simple like this.
Yep.
All right.
That sounds simple enough.
Yeah.
You still Carnage it.
That's not bad. That's gonna be that's gonna be great.
One would say your Venom can't be Shang-Chi anymore.
I mean, that's true.
Well, it definitely will once you Zola it. But...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so now, I love that you can still move these Nimrods. That's the best part.
Yeah.
I love that they fixed this glitch. Okay, so, okay. So first of all, if I want things to move around, I want to move one of these Nimrods, I think. Who do I want to copy? Is that still my best move, or did something change? No, it still seems like the best move.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you hit the left side, right? If you hit the Carnage destroys all the Nimrods, and they go everywhere as well, right? Like, there's so many choices here, I can't even fathom, like, the math is just like blow up something. Like,
Yeah.
crazy.
Don't you
I
want
feel like-
Arnim
oh, wait.
Zola metal? Yeah.
Yeah, because maybe it'll turn into a better 6 cost. Yeah.
I mean, it can
Unless
turn into
it's-
a worse 6 cost.
That's right. The only problem is, what if I copy Black Knight?
You'll still win metal because they can't play there.
True. Okay. Yeah.
In that case, you can move the right Nimrod over to the left side, and then you win the left side for sure, right? Because it's going to be 27. So if you're worried about that, move the Nimrod left. Then you win left.
Yeah, but that's... Yeah, sure, that's fine. But yeah, that's fine. We'll see.
Because it's not going to matter, because then the Arnim Zola is going to destroy something.
Yeah, no, that works. That works.
Here's where we find out they're running Death and Null. I literally wondered if that could happen. My gosh. It's great. Okay, let's watch this play out.
I don't even know if it's good.
I don't know yet either. It's too complicated.
Actually, you could lose
I also
left
don't believe
because of
it.
it. I think you're gonna lose
no.
left because of it.
Yep. I don't even know what's happening right now.
No, 6 times 4 is 2. Oh, you didn't get the 24. You only got 18. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, wait. Oh,
No!
no! Bishop! Okay, so what we've learned here about Top Chef is the important thing is that the France show came after, right? It started in the US. Okay, I also don't know what just happened.
Okay, what happened, I
Yes.
think, is that we had probably a 100% chance to win, and we actually took a 1% risk and lost it.
Yeah.
Because we were so focused on Arnim Zola that maybe we would have just won if we went Ebony Blade Doctor Strange on the right, and just won that way.
I think if we play Zola on the right, we're still okay.
I mean, it was a roll, right? You got the Destroyer, which is the one card that, mucked everything up. You had the left one. You would have won left because you had 22 plus, you had 27 on the left side. So you even beat the Mysterio.
I think if we had not moved the Nimrod from right to left, we still would have been okay because it would have destroyed some of those 6s first, and it would have been more of the 11s that copied rather than the 6s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the 11s would have, whatever was on the left would have gone first, right? The problem was when the 11s went first, there was no room on the right for...
Yeah. So those 6s just disappear, and then more of the 11s populate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean...
Okay. So we've got to name a lesson each time. Lesson here is, if you're sure you've got it,
Don't take
say
a
thank you.
1% risk when you have a 100% win.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Okay.
Ocularis, do you want to play or not?
If there's time, yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't
I can
gonna
skip the
offer
third. I'm
and
happy
then
to.
just say you, just kidding, of course.
Yeah, that's right. It's actually hazing. Like, do you want to play? Oh, that's hard for
I
you.
wasn't sure, so
Do you want to play? Yes. Well, let us know how it went, and we just cut.
No. Do you want to play? Okay, answer these questions about Top Chef first.
Now we'll do that next week. I need time to rehearse my Top Chef.
All right.
Okay. Did you get?
I don't know what.
Did you get
Go
the
on.
exercise? Not.
Are you talking to me, Den? No, I did not.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's okay. He knows I didn't get it, so it's up to you. Yeah.
So what we're doing is you have to pick 2 decks, explain them quickly to discuss the general mechanics, and then we're gonna switch up in between 2 decks. No, not allowed to retreat, and you have to pick up something from every game that you learned about the current meta, and that helps you get better.
Okay. So I'll do the ones I've been playing more recently.
As you would.
today, or in the last couple days, which is the discard deck, which is, I think, everyone is well known for, or knows quite well. I don't tend to build. I tend to look at the tier list and go from there. So I've been having fun with this one. I enjoy it, but my blade usually does not get the right cards correctly.
Mine either.
And then the one, and I don't. So and the one that, so that's the discard, and then the other one I've been playing today is the She-Hulk. She-Hulk Infinite. I like this deck. It's a fun deck, and I keep going back to this every so often. And so I saw it on the tier list, and I'm like, I might as well try it again. So there's the two decks I've been playing.
Oh,
Okay, I'll play this one first for the first one. So let's do. If I get back where I need to go, let's do this.
you have your screen. We have everything. It's on.
Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So you said I can retreat now, right? Is that the
No
You're
retreat.
you're not allowed to retreat at all. So even if the game is
right.
lost, you have to focus on what have you learned, what can you take from this game that you're going to use in your next games to make those cube that you just sacrificed worth.
Yes.
absolutely?
Yeah. You can't retreat. Even if the stream like crashes, you have to keep playing. You just cannot.
And send us a video.
That's right.
Oh my. All right, so I play the Nebula, and I would play her on the first or the middle. So
Why?
it's the only card I can play. Oh no, sorry, I would play her on the third,
Okay, why?
because, well, actually, if this was the first game, the first turn, I play her on the third because it's they're not going to play there. But you asked me why I'm going to play Nebula.
No, I know why you're going to play Nebula. I'm asking why the
Oh.
choice of the location.
15 seconds.
Let's do this.
Okay. You had it right. Okay.
I personally would have played it on the right. It's too late. Just leave it there. It's fine. But I
Okay.
personally would have played on the right because your deck isn't really good at playing into unplayable locations. And Nebula is particularly great on a location the opponent can play into.
So the short is, and I know you're kind of new, is that you had it right. He just wanted to see if you understood why it was right.
Okay.
That's what he was getting to. So
Okay. So you're basically doing what I do to my students all the time. Awesome. Okay.
Well, I didn't say anything. I just said why, and you changed your mind.
No,
Yes.
that's what I do.
In other words, did what all the students do.
Yeah.
doubt
So-
your assumptions. Doubt what
so-
you know.
Here, I would play Misty. I'm thinking about playing Misty.
Okay, so we want to pass energy.
No.
Considering we discarded Hulk and we have nothing that benefits from it,
So Cyclops.
I would magic. So next turn you have more information where to place them.
Okay.
Because you'll know where they stack their cards.
Okay. Ah,
There we go.
damn it. That was my fault. No,
That's
that's my
fine, it's
fault.
fine.
I'm still new to this. Yeah, no, I'm new to all this.
It's all good. Don't worry.
Okay.
Worst case, we'll allow
Yeah.
one retreat because this one is
No.
as much on me as it's on you.
Nope, I'm not going to retreat.
Okay.
I'll
You can
learn.
have one retreat as a treat. That's a
Now you should have played Misty at the same time
Yeah,
because you didn't have any reason to waste the energy. I think.
right.
Enough said, Bob.
Oh, that's so nice though.
Okay, so this time I would play Misty and Cyclops, and Misty on the Wolverine, and Misty on the left.
Isn't the Wolverine gonna move while the Venom is gonna
Yeah.
stick around?
Yes.
And And if you armor the Venom, right, don't you stop it?
Of what?
I mean, an Arnhem, you know,
You don't have priority, so if you armor and they destroy before, you just lost your armor.
right, but it's
This
only turn 5.
display gives you a chance at priority.
Okay.
Oof. Big.
Well, if we armor that, it's not.
Yep.
Yeah. So they're definitely going to destroy.
Yep.
I mean, so armoring that now is too late because they're going to definitely destroy that.
Yeah, you don't have priority,
just-
so.
Yeah, and I could just
You
leave.
just pass there?
I could just pass and just that way I can play the Infinite and She-Hulk at the last turn.
Probably. I'm trying to figure out if there's a better way to develop points, but I don't think.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, it's nice
Yeah.
on them they didn't.
Yeah.
Wow. Alright, that's really nice.
Hmm.
And so now would it be She-Hulk on the? Oh, you shoot.
Okay, let's stay
Yeah.
on that screen. So what would you have done?
Shit, sorry. I would have put She-Hulk on the right and the Infinite on the middle.
Infinite Metal, She-Hulk, right. Okay, so what were you expecting from your opponent? Like why the logic?
I was expecting them to destroy the Wolverine so it'd move one more time.
Well, they didn't last turn, so what could they have drawn that would make it that they destroy it now? Because if they destroy Wolverine, they lose Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I actually don't know what they would do then.
So,
Go ahead.
can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Either it's Arnim Zola. My guess would be either Arnim Zola onto the death, which would give them 12 on each lane, or they're going to just gamble with a null, probably null center.
I always forget about Zola, even though I have him in a couple of my decks. That is a weakness I have. Yeah, so Zola. So if they Zola death, so let's say they had Zola and they would have Zola death, that would have put 12.
20 and 25.
Yeah. So I would have won, but I would have won the left, and then I could have put the Infinite and She-Hulk in the middle.
If you anticipate Arnim Zola, you can't win right, except if you play both your cards there, because you can't beat 25.
Right.
So I think what I would have done is either, like, if you expect Arnim Zola, it's Infinite Metal She-Hulk left. And if you expect something else, it's Infinite left She-Hulk right. Because if you Infinite left She-Hulk right, you're ahead on every single left.
And Cyclop wins Nova Roma.
Exactly. And
if they
then
don't
you
play
just
there.
tell them to...
I see. Yeah.
They need to take 2 from you. So the big question was, 1, do you put them on Arnim Zola or something else? 2, do you abandon a lane or challenge all 3?
Okay.
Alright?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Get going.
So whatever they were playing, it wasn't. They did not have the Arnim Zola, and maybe they didn't have the null.
Well, they didn't destroy on turn 6, so you have to put them on something.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's do this one. Okay. Well, so what I'm thinking right now is read Sunspot here and then protect it with your armor, probably.
But here, yeah, we have the 1 and 2. Right now we don't have Ella, so that's fine. If you
Right.
add Ella in hand, would you still play your cards the same way, or would you hold them for Corvus?
I would, with me being me, I'd go ahead and play him, but I wouldn't play the armor. I'd keep it.
Okay, that's yeah. Oh,
So we still don't know what they're playing. We have no idea. But I always,
Can you click on their profile?
okay, it's not.
Okay, so standard size deck,
yeah.
not Thanos.
So I still put the armor on the left.
Yeah, they have priority, but yeah, so I would take it.
Yeah.
Okay, Travis doesn't tell us much apart from
And I go ahead and do Corvus here and in the middle.
Good shot.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's nice of them because they help us draw Ella now that we discarded.
Oh wow. You got an look at that. Nice hand. Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna pass this one. I'm just gonna no.
Why?
It would be Blade. I should check.
You could honestly, you could have passed. But
Yeah.
I like Blade.
But
If there
it'd be Blade.
wasn't Moore Island, maybe we could have considered.
Why would you pass? Just to build up. I mean, your blade is in a really good position. Why would you pass?
He was joking.
No, but you were saying you would consider if it wasn't for Mir, and I'm trying to understand why you would even consider it.
Because you have 7 mana, so even if you draw into Ella, you can still like Ella plus Blade on the last turn, so you can actually win.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
And also because you still have bigger cards than Death in your deck, like this guy.
Jesus, oh my gosh. I hate you.
What?
Hey, we told him you can't retreat, so he's winning. Like,
If I was pulling Ella in this game, it would be like the exact opposite. You know, like the exact opposite.
what? Wait a second, because if he's not drawing into Ella, this game is far from one.
Yep.
No, I know.
Never mind.
I would, yeah.
So they just snapped. So the question is, which
No,
is
he
your favorite
snapped.
season of Top
No,
Chef?
He snapped back.
Snapped.
He snapped back. Like
Yeah.
they should just leave.
Okay, there's one thing that I really need you to do. I'll tell you when
Yes.
the timer runs out. I promise.
Okay.
There's one thing I really need you to think about because that can cost you 8 cubes.
Yes.
You need me to think.
To
About
me,
What are you
this
gonna
game
pick,
is
Ella?
to me this game is 100% a win if you play Ella in the right spot, and can be
Yeah.
lost if you played in the wrong one.
I was gonna play in the middle.
Okay, that's not the right one.
Okay.
What's the only card in the
Yeah.
game right now that can lose you the game?
Destroy.
Mm,
I don't know.
Okay, we play Ella left for sure,
Yes.
and then we'll stay
Mhm.
on the screen and discuss why.
Okay.
There are 2 reasons for it. Okay, they snap for that.
Minions to me.
Look at that.
Okay, stay on that screen.
Yep.
So, there are 2 reasons to play Ella left. Reason number 1 is just point spread. You're so far ahead, you don't want one of your big cards on the left. So if you play Ella, you're guaranteed that your big points are gonna go on the lanes that you need them to be on.
Right.
Then there's a second reason, and that reason is called Alioth.
Yeah.
They had
Yep.
priority. If you play
Had
Hella
priority.
left, you just cut Alioth from possibly ruining your entire game.
Yeah. Yes. And that's one thing I know I need to work on is trying to figure out what card could they play that could ruin my game.
Exactly.
Yep. No, that makes perfect sense.
I mean, if you had priority, then I guess the risk is that.
I mean,
then I guess it makes sense to play somewhere else because then,
you
what do you
still
call
play it
loses
for
them.
point spread reason. Even
Yeah.
Well, I
more
mean, if you
so.
put Helen right, you would have, or I guess it doesn't matter. I guess you would have, it would have mathed out either way. But because Shang-Chi's center wins them, right?
You mean Shang-Chi? They have.
If you had priority.
Oh, if
But
you had priority. No, then if you had priority, you play Ella center so it doesn't die to Shang-Chi.
yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah,
then
okay.
also, if you have priority, you play Ella center because that way all your 3 cards cannot go center because there's not enough space. And once again, point spread.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
All right.
if that wasn't like a textbook best game of Hella, I mean, I don't know what was.
And we still learned a ton with it.
Yeah.
All right. Do we wanna get one last game in?
Yeah.
All right.
10?
Do it.
Oh man, I gotta have to go on this, but yeah.
Who's playing next?
You.
Oh, okay.
You get
Same.
to close. Everyone got to play, so
Okay.
this
We'll do
is the bonus game. This is
I'll just keep this deck then. Is that okay?
sure.
Yeah.
No problem.
You're gonna keep throwing 8Q wins? Sure, why not? Just
No, this is the game I lose the 8, so I come out in positive 2, I think, or 1. Okay. So it'd be Sunspot onto the left. Because there's nothing else that I can play. Swords.
that's funny. It's a zoo game, yeah.
So armor over to the left. Oh wait, no, because you have to all 5. Well, yeah.
I mean, he doesn't think to Killmonger, but
Well, you kind of
No,
want space on the left.
yeah.
They're not gonna play Killmonger. They're playing Moby.
Yeah, that's true. Because that more, yeah.
There's
So
a shot you just pass.
yeah.
just pass.
I think so.
Yeah, and then you can play She-Hulk, that's fine.
Also, you just want to draw Corvus, save space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That's my blade.
So, so that would be this would be She-Hulk into the middle. Yeah, yeah. That'd give 1 point. Yeah.
Oops.
And Corvus onto the
You
Corvus onto the left.
you have what?
Play.
20? Was it 20? No, it's 2 chances. So
Yeah.
1 in
That's
5
20%
times
into
2.
25%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. Hey,
Really good at this.
would you snap now?
No,
I mean, you can even force the cards where you want them, but
Because this would be so Hella would you put Hella on the right to force the other two? Because
How big was the apocalypse?
12, I think. Yeah.
You have Magneto and Infinite.
Yes.
So if Magneto goes right, you lose, or you tie. No, you lose. You lose to Lady Sif, but you maybe win left. Yeah, I don't know. I would probably play. I personally would probably give up Savage Land and hope for the win in the other two.
I would play it right.
Yeah.
You don't give it. Wait. Why aren't we playing Blade? Because we don't have space. No, it's because we don't have.
Okay.
We discarded 2, so
Yeah.
you risk getting Lady Sif instead of a really good.
To me.
There you go.
Enough said, Bob.
Okay. And you win all 3.
All right.
Victory.
Be nice.
Yeah. No.
Just keep doing this, and you'll be infinite by this afternoon.
If it all works out.
Okay, new rule: you have to retreat every game.
It's called beginner's luck. I think Dan. I think he had them put everything in my favor because that's not usually how my games work out. So
Welcome to the coaching.
thank you.
That's right. That's how you.
The
That's
2
right.
you're with have been around for enough. Like, I don't need to help them. They're just here because they like it, and I'm just trying to make them run away with bad luck, but definitely not working at this point. So I get a lot of luck to give to newcomers.
Well, that's good. I appreciate it.
Silvermint and I just love the abuse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Lesson plan next week. You've got to play on your head. You literally, to think with your head, you have to be standing on your head while you play. Yes.
That's right.
Yes. I'm definitely not just spinning a wheel here. These are real advice. Yeah.
If you hadn't shown up, Den would just be watching Top Chef now while we played. He'd be like totally doing something else.
To be fair, it's a
Definitely.
great show.
Definitely. I could be doing way worse.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So then you made a comment earlier about getting the lesson or getting something. Is there something I should have looked at before joining today?
Well, there's all the coachings that we've done in the past, but otherwise, not really. Like, all the sessions they don't necessarily follow each other, but they're all in the same like idea. So
Okay.
just keep
No,
joining.
but we didn't. He was just referring because you joined late, whether you had heard whether you had heard what he said we were doing or not. That's all.
Okay. Okay. That's what I thought. I wasn't sure. But yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right. On this note, I'm gonna close the YouTube video as usual. Thanks for checking it out. If anyone wants to join, it's really easy. Subscribe to Marvel Snap Zone Premium, which is pretty cheap for all the perks you get, and join us on Discord. Most of the time Sunday evening. Sometimes we change depending on who asks what. Goodbye, YouTube.